Folks, I am about to take a much-needed vacation as the Summer of Jones rolls on. Beginning tomorrow, I am headed to the great city of Phoenix, Arizona. I will be enjoying a night on the town in Old Town, Scottsdale, tomorrow evening with some friends, and it is going to be a very interesting night. And here's what I'm willing to offer, folks, okay? If we get some new subscribers off of today's video, one new sub means one shot. For every new subscriber we get, I will take a shot tomorrow night, and that'll give me some liquor courage, which could be to my benefit as well. So help me, help you for daily Seattle Seahawks news and rumors, live shows 3 days a week, breaking news, Q&A mailbags, training camp coverage, and more. Subscribe now for free, youtube.com/SeahawksTV, and we'll get started with today's show. Tyler Jones, your fearless leader, here with you. Thanks for joining us here on this edition of Seattle Seahawks Today. Folks, we got a gift from, of all teams, the 49ers? Yes, you heard that right. Let me explain. Hear me out on this, folks. The San Francisco 49ers, they signed their second-round pick, Alfred Collins, the defensive tackle out of Texas. And by doing so, with the deal they put together, they helped out the Seattle Seahawks with their second-round signings. All right, let's break this down piece by piece. Let's start with this from Adam Schefter, and then we'll get to Seattle here in a moment. Schefter posted this the other day on X. The next big domino in the second round has fallen. 49ers second-round pick Alfred Collins, the number 43rd overall selection, reached an agreement tonight on a 4-year, $10.3 million deal that includes over $9 million guaranteed. It is now expected to trigger multiple second-round signings per sources. And that did trigger multiple second-round signings. Until now, 30 of 32 second-round picks remain without a deal. Collins will have 88% of his deal guaranteed, a huge jump over last year's number 3 overall pick. So that number, folks, 88% of guaranteed money compared to what we were talking about just a few days ago with the Texans and the Browns giving 100%, there was a thought out there, oh, is everybody about to get 100% guaranteed money of second-round picks? But then the Niners decided, nah, we're actually going to help out the Seattle Seahawks and everybody else in this process. And here's what I mean. The question, how does that impact Seattle? Well, with the deal they got done for Elijah Arroyo today, he is only getting 78% of guaranteed money. Now, I say only. It's still more money than had he been drafted last year, but it's not 100%, and it's because the Niners helped the Seahawks out by lowering that standard and not making it 100% based on where Collins was drafted and Arroyo was drafted after that. Are you following? Here's more details on Arroyo's deal, courtesy of Adam Schefter, who says this. Seahawks signed second-round pick tight end Elijah Arroyo to a 4-year, $8.813 million deal, including $6.872 million fully guaranteed for his agents Drew Rosenhaus and Sean O'Dare. So, in essence, the 49ers helped the Hawks. We'll take it anywhere we can get it. Am I right? So, now, the Seahawks have Elijah Arroyo and Nick Emmanwori all ready to go. They are signed. Training camp practices begin here in a few days from now. Yes, the rookies already reported, but they're just kind of going through orientations. They didn't really miss anything by not being there. Now, the Niners didn't do anything to help Nick Emmanwori. His deal last night was 100% guaranteed as the third second-round pick, which falls in line with the picks that were made prior to him by the Texans and the Browns. But at least you got help on one of them of the two when it comes to this guaranteed money situation. More on Emmanwori, this coming from Ari Marav of the 33rd team, who posted this last night. The Seahawks have given in. They're signing number 35 pick safety Nick Emmanwori to a fully guaranteed 4-year, $11.588 million rookie contract per Adam Schefter. This means the first 3 picks of the second round have gotten fully guaranteed contracts, which has never happened before in NFL history. So you didn't get the help with Emmanwori, but that's okay. All right, you got the help where you really needed it with Elijah Arroyo, and if you had to choose which one to give guaranteed money to, you would go with the player that was drafted higher in Nick Emmanwori. So all things considered of what could have happened, I mean, if Alfred Collins would have gotten the 100%, then there's a pretty good chance that Elijah Arroyo would have gotten the 100%, or at least higher than what he did get of the 78%. So all in all, it worked out pretty good for Seattle, and this worked out A-okay. What's your one-word reaction to the Seahawks contract news? I know that was a lot going on, but how do you feel? Weigh in, let us know in our pinned comment today. You might get an ad break while the ad's playing. Let me know what your one word is. My one word, I am satisfied. Pause. Glad this is over with. This is taken care of. Not going to be a distraction when we begin training camp and have to worry about these guys missing any time and all that. Sure, they weren't there when the rookies reported, but they'll be there when it actually matters with these practices. And I got to tell you, I like both these players. I think Emmanwori and Elijah Arroyo both can be special for different reasons. Let's start by talking about Nick Emmanwori. The former South Carolina safety was awesome last year with the Gamecocks, a first-team All-American selection, first-team All-SEC, and he did a little bit of everything. He played safety, outside corner, nickelback, outside linebacker, inside linebacker. He excelled at everything. And his numbers were fantastic. 88 tackles, 3 TFLs, 6 pass breakups, 4 interceptions, 2 touchdowns. I had a first-round grade on him. I was surprised that he fell when he did, but certainly grateful that the Hawks traded up for him there early in the second round to bring him in. And now as we go forward with training camp, you may be asking, okay, what can we expect from Nick Emmanwori? Because it doesn't seem like there's an obvious fit right now, with already having Julian Love and Kobe Bryant at your safety spots. Camp is going to be about finding said role for him. Is he a number 3 safety to be in those 3 high safety looks? Does he play some nickel potentially? You're going to experiment and figure out where he belongs, and I think he's going to get plenty of playing time either way. Meanwhile, with Elijah Arroyo, second-round pick out of Miami, all ACC second team, and there was some value on him. Mel Kiper Jr. had him as the number 37 overall player and number 3 tight end in this year's draft. It was a historic year for tight ends. When you were talking about Tyler Warren and Colston Loveland, had you not had those type of generational talents, Elijah Arroyo most years would have been the first tight end taken. And you look at his statistics, 35 catches, 590 yards, nearly 17 yards of reception with 7 touchdowns. He was that dude, and I think the sky is the limit for Elijah Arroyo. And I think that he is the future. He's an excellent pass catcher. There's a variety of ways he can be used. There's talk about him potentially taking on DK's old role as the main deep threat of sorts. I'm excited about both these guys, and I would not put it past Elijah Arroyo one day becoming one of the best tight ends in all of football. I think he can be that good. Better rookie. Who do you like more, Nick Emmanwori or Elijah Arroyo? Type NE for Nick Emmanwori. Type EA, not for Aaron Andrews or EA Sports, but Elijah Arroyo. Chime in the comments section and let us know. I have a great deal, my friends. Some would call it an insane deal. These cutoff hoodies at one point in time were $55, and I told the bosses we need to slash that. We need to cut the inflation on these hoodies. And so I was able to negotiate and get these things down to $33. And so now you need to buy said hoodie. Look, it may be a little warm, but if you go ahead and get it now while it's on sale, you'll be thinking to yourself later, folks. Chatsports.com/Seahawks sales where you can get these today. We have all sorts of different shapes and sizes. Link is in the comments and description of today's video. We also have other Seahawks merchandise at that same link. Go see for yourself now. Chatsports.com/Seahawks sale. All right, some final thoughts on both Arroyo as well as Emmanwori here. You know, there's going to be much discussion over the coming weeks about where they sit on the depth charts with both of them. Like, well, you know, Emmanwori, what's he going to do? Can he pass up Kobe Bryant? about the depth chart. Elijah Arroyo, some people are going to say, well, you got Noah Fant there, you got A.J. Barner, he's the number 3 tight end. Please, I do not care. These guys, their day will come. They'll have to earn it, and that's fine, but they will earn it. Both of these guys will play, and I expect each of them to have an immediate impact on this Seahawks team in 2025. And I think here's another thing that I would tell you all is that Seattle would not have used these high draft picks on both these players, second-round picks, had they not had a plan, had they had not seen them a part of the immediate future. Yes, both of these individuals, I think we're talking about as being guys that are going to be around for a long time and key pieces to the offense and the defense. But don't make no mistake, I very well see both of them contributing immediately and finding a solid role to make this work. And I can't wait to see what they do. Now that these contracts are taken care of, got the money all sorted out, let's get to work. And let's see these guys show up and show out, and I think they will. And I think you're going to like the results of each of them in 2025 and beyond. Appreciate you joining us here on this edition of the show we call Seattle Seahawks Today. Subscribe now for free, youtube.com/Seahawks TV. And while I'm on vacation, if anything happens, I'll break out my phone and we'll bring you a video here on the channel. That sound like a deal? Subscribe now. Let's have some shots and have a great time. Thanks for joining us. Peace.